Get ready for action, because Joel Embiid delivered an absolute masterclass in Game 5, powering the Philadelphia 76ers to a massive victory over the Boston Celtics. We break down Embiid's incredible 33-point performance and the stunning upset that shook the league. You need to see how this performance changed the momentum of the series and what it means for the rest of the playoff battle.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we dive deep into the shocking fourth quarter of Game 5, where the Boston Celtics suffered one of the worst performances of the entire series. We analyze the abysmal shooting statistics and the sequence of events that led to a complete collapse for Boston, revealing the critical turning points that defined that disastrous stretch. We continue our breakdown by looking at the key players who made waves in that pivotal game, focusing on the incredible efforts of Tyrese Maxey, Quentin Grimes, and Peyton Pritchard, and examining the surprising contributions of Neemias Queta and Nikola Vucevic in the face of adversity. Finally, we wrap up with a look at the bizarre playoff trend between the Boston Bruins and the Celtics, examining the incredible back-and-forth of their first-round series and what this pattern suggests for Game 6. Don't miss this analysis, and make sure you subscribe right now for all the latest sports news. The Philadelphia 76ers secured a crucial victory in Game 5 against the Boston Celtics, extending their series lead. Joel Embiid delivered a dominant performance, scoring 33 points in a 113-97 win that steamrolled the Celtics. The performance drew significant reaction, with analysts highlighting Embiid's efficiency, noting that he managed to reach 33 points without a single three-pointer, shooting only 5 for 5 from beyond the arc. This display was viewed as a refreshing spark for the Sixers team. While the Celtics remain leading the series 3-2, the win injected a new level of excitement into the matchup. Commentators suggested that extending the series to Game 6, rather than ending it in Game 5, made the contest significantly more engaging. The analysis also pointed to the Celtics' struggles from beyond the arc, noting their relatively poor shooting percentage from three-point range as a key weakness in the postseason context. Despite the victory, observers remained cautious about the Sixers' ability to replicate such a dominant performance in future games. The Boston Celtics suffered a significant defeat in Game 5 of their series against the Philadelphia 76ers, dropping a potential clinching game at home. The game saw the Celtics allow the 76ers to regain momentum in the fourth quarter, cutting a substantial 13-point halftime lead down to a 1-point margin at 86-85. The final quarter was particularly disastrous for Boston, characterized by a 28-11 scoring differential against Philadelphia, with the 76ers ultimately winning 113-97 in TD Garden. Statistically, the fourth quarter was abysmal for Boston, featuring 322 shooting from the field, 14%, 2-8 from 3, 25%, and 3-7 from the free throw line, 43%. Following a single-and-one layup by Neemias Queta at the 7-0-3 mark, the Celtics went scoreless for the remainder of the game, missing their last 14 shots in a playoff game since 2005, despite making 3 final free throws. The 76ers countered with 9-17 shooting, 53%, in the final quarter. Joel Embiid was a major factor in the contest. Returning in Game 4, he dominated with 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists on 9-21 shooting and 1-6 from 3, effectively dismantling Boston's offense. In Game 5, Embiid continued his dominance, tallying 33 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds on 12-23 shooting from the field, 0-5 from 3, and 9-10 from the free throw line. Boston's defensive strategy appeared to be a one-on-one approach against Embiid, a tactic that proved ineffective as he consistently proved unstoppable in the mid-range, echoing a previous series where a similar defensive scheme failed against him. While Embiid was the focal point, the 76ers supporting cast also posed challenges. Tyrese Maxey scored 25 points, Quentin Grimes contributed 18 points and 5 three-pointers, and Paul George added 16 points, alongside Jalen Edgecombe's 10 points. Grimes was highlighted as a key playmaker, hitting 5 threes and providing reliable outlet passes. The Celtics struggled significantly in closing out to perimeter shooting, as Philadelphia shot 15-42, 36% from three. Critiques were leveled against Derek White, whose three-point shooting has become a liability in the series. Averaging only 8.2 points with 14.47 shooting from the field and 7.33 from three, White's inconsistency and decision-making have been noted, despite his overall impact. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown managed respectable individual performances, with Tatum scoring 24 points and Brown netting 22 points. But both teams struggled collectively in the fourth quarter, combining for only 2 points on 0-8 shooting from the field and 0-2 from three. Peyton Pritchard emerged as a steady presence, building off a strong Game 4 performance to record 12 points and 6 assists in Game 5, posting a positive plus-minus rating of +8. His offensive impact is notable, with the Celtics showing a +21.4 net rating when Pritchard is on the court. Neemias Queta's role has been hampered by foul trouble, accumulating 4 fouls per game in limited minutes across the series, though he showed X-factor potential early on. Nikola Vucevic provided solid bench scoring, shooting 38% from the field in Game 5. Jordan Walsh displayed notable intensity and defensive hustle, particularly in battles for rebounds and contested possessions, showcasing the energy expected in a playoff environment. Finally, an unproven rally towel theory suggests that the distribution of rally towels in home games may correlate with losing streaks, though this remains speculative. The series now heads into Game 6 in Philadelphia, where the outcome could hinge on further team execution and individual performances. The Boston Celtics suffered a significant defeat in Game 5 of their series against the Philadelphia 76ers, a game marked by a disastrous fourth quarter that erased a substantial halftime lead. Going into the final period, the Celtics allowed the 76ers to regain momentum, cutting a 13-point halftime advantage down to a 1-point deficit at 86-85. The fourth quarter was exceptionally poor for Boston, characterized by a 28-11 deficit in scoring. Statistical analysis of the final quarter revealed severe struggles. Boston shot just 3.22, 14% from the field, 2.8, 25% from three-point range, and 3.7, 43% from the free throw line. Following a single successful shot by Neemias Queta at the 7-0-3 mark, the Celtics went scoreless for the remainder of the game, missing their final 14 shots in a row, the most in a playoff game since 2005, before managing 3 final free throws. Conversely, the 76ers performed strongly in the final frame, shooting 9-17, 53%. In contrast, Joel Embiid delivered a commanding performance in Game 5, finishing with 33 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds on 12-23 shooting from the field, 0-5 from 3, and 9-10 from the free throw line. Boston's defensive strategy appeared to be focused on isolating Embiid one-on-one, a tactic that proved ineffective against him, as evidenced by the struggles of players like Neemias Queta, Nikola Vucevic, and Luke Gara. The performance of other 76ers players was notable. Tyrese Maxey scored 25 points, Quentin Grimes contributed 18 points, and Paul George added 16 points, while VJ Edgecombe scored 10. Grimes was highlighted as a key offensive disruptor for Philadelphia, hitting 5 three-pointers. The Celtics struggled significantly in closing out to shooters, as the 76ers shot 15-42, 36% from three. Critiques have been leveled at Derek White's recent three-point shooting, which has become a significant liability, averaging only 8.2 points while shooting 14-47, 30% from the field and 7-33, 21% from three in the series thus far. Despite this, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown managed to carry the offensive load, though both teams struggled collectively in the fourth quarter, combining for only 2 points on 0-8 shooting from the field with 2 turnovers. Peyton Pritchard emerged as a steady force, building on a strong Game 4 performance to record a positive plus-minus in Game 5, contributing 12 points and 6 assists with a +8 overall rating. His presence is statistically significant, with the Celtics showing a +21.4 net rating when Pritchard is on the court. Neemias Queta's availability has been inconsistent due to foul trouble, though he showed his X-factor early in the game. Nikola Vucevic provided solid bench scoring, shooting 38% from the field in the contest. Jordan Walsh displayed notable intensity and defensive hustle, particularly in battling for rebounds against Paul George. Finally, an unconventional theory, the rally towel theory, suggests that the Celtics' home losses in this series might correlate with giving out rally towels, implying that the physical gesture could be negatively impacting their performance. The outcome of Game 6 remains uncertain, pending further developments in the series. The Boston Bruins and Boston Celtics are struggling to find a consistent rhythm in their first-round playoff series, exhibiting a bizarre trend where every game played so far has resulted in an opposite outcome for the two teams. After 5 games, including 4 played on the same day, the series has seen alternating victories. The series kicked off on April 19 with the Celtics securing a historic win, routing the Philadelphia 76ers 123-91 at TD Garden, while the Bruins suffered a tough 4-3 loss on the road to the Buffalo Sabres, blowing a 3-game lead. The teams managed to even the series in Game 2 on April 21, with the Celtics losing 111-97 following a poor shooting night, but the Bruins responded with a 4-2 victory. However, the momentum swung back to the Celtics in Game 3, which they won in Philadelphia with a 108-100 victory after the Bruins fell 3-1 at home, due to conceding unanswered goals in the third period. Game 4 on April 26 saw the Celtics continue their strong run, achieving another blowout win over the Sixers by 32 points on the road, highlighted by Joel Embiid's return and a franchise playoff record of 24 made three-pointers. Conversely, the Bruins were heavily defeated at home, conceding 4 goals in the first period to lose 6-1. The series reached a dramatic conclusion in Game 5 on April 28. The Celtics blew a double-digit second-half lead at home before losing by 16 in a disastrous fourth quarter. In contrast, the Bruins secured a victory in overtime against the Sabres, thanks to a game-winning goal from David Pasternak, extending the series. If this alternating pattern persists, the projections suggest the Celtics will advance to Game 6 on Thursday, while the Bruins are slated to lose Game 6 on Friday.